I've been in and out of group homes for 5 years now. I'm about to turn 19. I got caught up in the system through CPS, which is Child Protective Services. I had a lot of struggles going through it. I didn't really want to leave home, and I was out of control, and I was just being wild out on the streets.
I wanted to be like every other child, abandoning childhood drama.
Approximately 500,000 children are in foster care system each year. California has the highest number of juvenile detainees, making up almost 20% of the nation total of juvenile offenders. Less than half these children exit the system each year.
It was 1996. Me and 6 of my friends was committed a first-degree murder because of a drug deal right here in these projects that pretty much went bad. And me and 6 of my friends was pretty much committed to CYA for 10 years.
Me going to YA, man, I really know what it is, man. I know how deep it is, man. I know that there's some people who care, but I also am not blind to the fact that there's other people who just don't give a fuck, and to tell you straight up.
It's not just the one certain type of ethnicity that's in the system, it's all kinds. I feel like it's a society that makes people like gets the kids going into the system. It's families don't make the right choices, the mothers, fathers, I mean, they're so into themselves that they don't understand that kids really go through these things, and like they're always thinking about themselves. Their children gets the consequences of their actions. The place is called ILSP, Independent Living Skills Program, and it provides kids with resources for housing, for aftercare housing, education if they need help with like applying for college, applying for the GED program. All the kids that are being transferred to different counties, I send out like their mail to like inform them that they're gonna be in that county. When they said that my dad was harassing me, and they would like give me like situations of like, has he done this, has he done that, da da da, and I would just agree because I didn't know what I was doing. I was 12 years old. They placed me in a foster home with a Filipino mother and father, and it was just weird because I was never like, I don't know them. Like you don't know these people, and it's like you have to live your whole life trying to get to know them.
I work with a magazine, and Beatin is a publication where we actually go inside of the juvenile halls. I go there as an example. I sit there with the kids, and we challenge them to do creative writing. I mean, a lot of these kids is young, and they do a lot of things, and they're not really aware of the stuff that they do. Or they may have a thought, and they probably don't understand it. So that's what we do. We go there and pretty much help them complete their thoughts, and it's like an interactive thing. They help us, we help them. Environment is everything, man. They play a big part in the way that you mold out, the way that you evolve, the way that what you pretty much turn out to be. This right here is pretty much a setup. I mean, you can actually look out here right now, and a lot of the youth that you see, they pretty much, they don't have nothing to do but find trouble. I mean, when you're young, you're curious. And that's what I pretty much did. When I was young, I didn't really have too much to do. I can just look out my window, or I can just look right here and see so much going on. I can see drugs, I can see prostitution, I can see negative role models and peers. Whatever I need to see, I can just see it just by looking out my window or just looking across the street. My first, I think that was back in 1994. I was like 12 years old. Me and my friend had an opportunity to get a stolen car. An older person had gave it to us, and we pretty much got caught up just joyriding in the car. Went to juvenile hall, and I spent I believe a week there. And for the most part, it was just like a slap on the wrist. My mom was able to come pick me up, and I went home, and it was pretty much simple as that. It may sound kind of funny, but I mean, a lot of the time, I mean, I had a lot of peers, a lot of friends of mine who actually went to juvenile hall. So I mean, I was always kind of curious because, you know, I mean, I don't know if it was a macho thing, but I always kind of wanted to go there to see what it was like, which a lot of juveniles do when they see a lot of their role models who they, you know, recommit and go back and forth, and they come out and they get the hood fame or whatever. That's what I always wanted.
I knew what I wanted to do when I got out of there. I knew I wanted to go back to the hood and do what I was doing. So for the most part, I wasn't rehabilitated. During the whole month I was there, I never had nobody to actually come sit me down and try to give me any guidance.
For me, my environment that affected me was not outside my house, it was inside my house. There was a lot of verbal and physical abuse, and there wasn't very much emotions there. Like, I feel like no one was there for me. Like, I couldn't turn to nobody. Realizing that I'm hurt, I just became angry and started just being off the wall. I started doing things that I shouldn't have been doing.
Family is a big thing for me, and I don't consider them family. I asked one of them if I could stay with them, and like, the most hurtful thing you'd ever hear from your family is, oh, let me think about it. You know, I'm jealous of those who has family that's like able to give that like automatically.
A day in YA, man, I believe that it's totally it's an artificial reality, and it's not life, man. You in there and you really not even living, man. Pretty much snatched from everything that you know.
Yeah, I've never had a mother figure in my life, and she's getting close. She'll give me a hug. I don't know how to explain that, but that's just something that I was never able to have, because like, I wanted to figure out to hug me.
It's a dead end. You only got two options. It's either that or either you're gonna be dead. And for the most part of being in CYA, you dead. And everything pretty much is at a standstill. Me personally, I'm gonna say that YA definitely benefited me because it stripped me of everything that I knew. I had to start from scratch. I had to learn how to walk a new way of life.
The system was breaking me because I was not home, I wasn't with my family. I couldn't have the things I wanted. Even if I ran from places, they would still put me somewhere else. I realized that I needed to get my life together. I needed to start taking care of me, to be in more contact with my inner self, that which changed me to do bigger things.
I don't think the system destroyed me. I gained a lot from it, but I prefer having my old life, even if I only had my dad.
And I'm trying to actually, man, overcome all this right here. That's my day-to-day struggle, man. This is my strength by me coming back here, man, seeing this and being able to contribute to my environment, to my younger peers that's coming up, because I feel as though I owe them that. I'm trying to bring some positivity, man, to my younger people. It's nothing better than having somebody actually lead by example and show that, you know, there is a better way, man, and cycles can't be broke, man, through time.
The biggest challenge is within themselves, of making the right decisions for themselves. Everything is going to be a struggle. There's no easy way out of the system.
So it's up to you if you're going to let the streets and the system destroy you, or you can take the responsibility for your future. That no matter what you really go through, there's always a way out.